Now it's Funkhouser. A, how you doing? B, what's going on in the world?
I'm doing okay now. I'm dealing with sick people at my house, which is always awesome.
Well, it's just one sick person,
One
right?
sick person,
girlfriend?
yeah. One sick
What's
girlfriend.
she sick with?
I don't want to go to work-itis.
I get that literally every day.
It's contagious. It's going around.
Yeah.
So
is that really? Is she actually sick, or is she playing hooky?
It's headache and cold weather just happened, and all kinds of stuff. I think it's just catching up with us.
I think it's the change in the. I believe it is the change in the seasons that knocks most people on their ass. So many people I know all over the country are getting the sniffles, which is a little bit daunting during this time where everyone's like, "Oh, Ebola." Okay, but I think just due to the change of the seasons, everybody's kind of sick and not dealing with it, and there's allergies, and allergies lead to stuffy head, and stuffy head leads to mucus, and then that collects on your chest, and then all of a sudden you got a chest infection, and you're on antibiotics, and it's this whole big thing. So,
no fun.
Yeah. No fun. So you're dealing with that?
Yeah, dealing with that.
How does she? Have you ever cohabited with her when she's been sick before?
I don't think so. I think it's the first time.
And is she high maintenance with her sickness? The fact that was the first thing you brought up suggests to me that she is, because otherwise you'd be like, girlfriend's got the sniffles. But when you said, I'm dealing with a house of sick people, hey, there's only one of them. And you made it sound like, you made it sound as though the workload associated with dealing with this sick person was significant. So how's that going?
Yeah, well, it will get by. I'm just trying not to get as sick as her. She's in bed still, and headache and all that. Everything that comes with the sickness. So it's my chance to show off how good of a boyfriend I am and bring home chicken soup and take the dogs out and all that stuff.
Ah, that's good of you. Do you bring home chicken soup?
Yes, I do today.
Well, what is it? They call it Jewish penicillin?
Sure. I guess.
No, there is. I think it's scientifically proven that chicken soup does help you get over colds and stuff. It's not just an old wives' tale. It's an old wives' tale that, when you break it down, is based on some sort of science. I'm not sure exactly what that science is, but when she's like, "Bring me chicken soup," I'm not feeling so well. That's actually something that could help. So, yeah. There's that. Wow, you're a good boyfriend. You're scoring the boyfriend points left, right, and center. Now, do you go, hey, if you want to post to Facebook or call your mom and say what good care I'm taking of you, that would be cool. Like, I want credit for this. I would like tangible evidence of the fact that I'm pulling off good boyfriend duties. Does she do that, or are you going to suggest it to her?
I think, when I get sick, I'll be like, all right, your turn, to see how she does.
Right.
It's kind of like a competition.
Have you been sick in the relationship yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But there's always this weekend. Yay!
Yeah. Are you feeling better? Good, because you got to take care of this. Okay, what's going on in the world?
Well, an all-female Ghostbusters is in the works.
I heard about this. They're going to do everything male Ghostbusters do, except for 25% less money. I think the script is almost done, too. All they got to do to make it work in today's movie market is add a bunch of situations in which it's hilarious that Melissa McCarthy is fat. I feel bad for some fat, who's the guy who's really stupid that I can't come up with this guy's name? The 21 Jump Street guy. He's really funny. He's been in everything.
Jonah Hill?
Yeah, Jonah Hill. Didn't he start to lose weight and get all trim and healthy and stuff like that? And people were like, yeah, you're not funny anymore. And so he started to get fat again. You kind of realize he'd never be Channing Tatum, so he might as well just have that bag of potato chips and that bowl of ice cream and enjoy life. And so now he's porking up again because nobody liked him as a thin actor.
You're longing for that shining sun. You walk these streets most every day. You're waiting to get washed away.
Go ahead, favorite the show and enjoy AD on the go. iHeartRadio presents AD.
A former school teacher has revealed how she became a member of all-female ISIS, an all-female ISIS brigade. It's kind of an interesting story. How does something like that happen? We'll get to it shortly after we get to the events of today in our segment, My Witness News. In no way, shape, or form fair. Certainly not balanced. Also, we will get into whether or not we can refer to a certain football team as the Redskins without getting fined, according to FCC rules and regulations. Right now, though, Funkhouser, what else is going on in the world?
It's just going on. Jay Leno, he's back. He might do a car show for CNBC.
Right. First, he has to find someone already doing a car show on CNBC so he can steal it from him.
Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
You're actually pretty good at that.
I think it's something that most people can do.
I've never tried it. Hey, Conan, I'm going to take your throw. I don't know. I think you're bad. I think you sell yourself short. I can't really do impersonations. I wish I could do voices and stuff like that, but it's never been a particular talent of mine. I can do Kermit the Frog, but my voice is close enough to Kermit the Frog anyway that it's not that much of a leap. And I can only say one word as Kermit the Frog and make it convincing. You ready for this?
Ready.
Piggy. That's it. That's all I can do.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought so too. I wish I could do the rest, but I cannot, sadly. And I can't do a Jay Leno. I can...
Yeah, it's really easy. You kind of, just not really say words. You just talk.
I heard Kimmel say not so long ago that the days of big anything in the entertainment business are more or less over. Like, there's no more big talk show hosts. There's no more Carsons. There's no more Lenos. There's, like, Kimmel, but he's like, I'm never going to be as big as that. And he was just like, I'm coming into my own in a time where there's 8 million channels, and there's never going to be that guy that makes, $30 million a year and reaches millions upon millions of people and impacts people's lives the way Leno and Letterman did.
Well, that's
like,
depressing.
That's done.
We should quit now.
It is depressing. He said you'll still make money. He was like, guys like me will still make money, but it'll never be that huge payday. And he was like, yeah, how much money do you really need? He was like, I'm fine and everything, but I think he thought the depressing thing about it was that ability to just affect a nation, make a positive impact, give a nation a reason to laugh when they come home from work. People are all spread out, watching everything on demand, being like, "Oh yeah, what's the one that you're stuck into? Ink Wars?"
Yeah, something like that. Ink Master or
yeah,
that. Yeah, it's
like a cooking show competition, but instead you're tattooing people, or the contestants are tattooing people, and sometimes the tattoos are really bad.
Yeah, it's sadly epically amazing.
Right. So because you can watch that on demand and it's epically amazing, you're not going to go home, switch on the TV and have, 2015's equivalent of Leno or Letterman entertain you and massively and positively affect all of their lives. That's the thing. It's all split in so many different directions because of this digital world that we live in. And that's great because you can watch whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want to watch it. But on the other hand, it kind of takes away some of the magic of this world that we inhabit, the television and radio thing. I think it does. I think it atomizes things, and that's a little bit sad. Like, Jay Leno is going to be doing a car show for CNBC that will be watched by, I don't know, probably 1/50th of the people that used to see him on The Tonight Show. I'm sure he'll have fun. That's his gig as a retired guy, but still.
Now stay tuned for an all-new Shark Tank next.
Oh, what else?
Well, Demi Moore reportedly became furious at her daughter, Rumor. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Rumor? For getting plastic surgery.
Yeah. Not so furious that her own face actually moved, but still pretty furious. If that's not the plastic kettle calling the plastic pot black, I don't know what is. Like, oh, hypocrisy, table of one. Right this way, Ms. Moore. I understand. Like, Demi Moore is widely regarded as being exceptionally hot and has been since the mid-'80s. Like, when people think of hot, people often lump Demi Moore in. When she was young, people were like, oh, she's so hot. And now she's an older broad. People are like, oh, that is the milfiest MILF to ever MILF a MILF. And people think she's wildly hot. How unfortunate is it to be the child of Demi Moore and Bruce Willis? and look like Bruce Willis. Like, it'd be okay if you were a guy, but like a girl that grows up looking like, Dad, why do you have to have such strong genetic powers? Why do I have to look like you? I'm a chick. Why can't I look like Mom? So, yeah, she's furious at her daughter for getting plastic surgery. I would say it's on her for not having more muscular DNA to pass on to the kid. She let her daughter look like Bruce Willis. What the hell was she eating while she was pregnant? Not the right stuff, obviously. So, yeah, I would just accept it and realize that your daughter was going to be getting nipped and tucked from her 20s the same way you were. The plastic fruit doesn't fall far from the plastic fruit tree. What else?
Well, this just in crazy people news. Amanda Bynes was accused of shoplifting at Barney's in New York.
Oh, evidently she's up for the lead in the Lindsay Lohan story. Go on.
And Vladimir Putin, you know the guy from East? He is 62 years today, and he celebrated it with an art exhibit of paintings depicting him as Hercules.
Yeah, this is a world leader.
Hercules.
With his finger on multiple buttons that could send us all to blazes. And
Watch
he
me push button. Just kidding.
First I take shirt off. Yeah, celebrated his 62nd birthday with an art exhibit of paintings depicting him as Hercules. And unfortunately for Russia, a painting featuring their president shirtless and slaying a hydra is easily the least ridiculous depiction of Vladimir Putin ever. Anyways, after the party, he went home and resumed wondering why people accuse him of being a power-mad, delusional narcissist. And if you did want to get him a gift for his birthday, you can't go wrong with a shirt. He seems to have a distinct lack of those. Although, credit where credit is due. He's in really great shape for a 62-year-old, and we know this because we see him with his shirt off all the time. And you know what? He looks like he's in really great shape for a 62-year-old, not because he's on HGH like Sylvester Stallone or Schwarzenegger or all those, like, what was that, like the Expendables movie?
I don't know.
But it was the movie with all the old action heroes. That one. The human growth hormone budget on that thing must have been insane, because like they were all these old decrepit dudes, and then when they started filming, ka-tang, they could do a reasonable impersonation of Hercules. Hercules in his prime, and they're like 2 years younger than God.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah.
A woman has revealed how she was lured away from her life as a school teacher and became a member of female ISIS. There's a female ISIS brigade. She wound up bailing on the female version of ISIS after witnessing crucifixions and beheadings. But the story of how they got her is sort of an interesting one. And I would imagine that what we're going to be seeing here is, look, ISIS obviously have a fantastic PR machine. They're able to lure kids, really kids most of the time. Most of these people that are doing these horrible things, most of these people that are leaving, they get them when they're young, 14, 15, 16. The oldest seem to be in their early 20s. And I don't know about you, but I can confidently say I didn't know anything in my early 20s. I barely know anything now, but when I look back on it, it's not that you don't know stuff in your early 20s. If you are in your early 20s and listening to the show, you know stuff, you're smart, but you don't know yourself. You don't know what's important to you a lot of the time. Unless you're really super dialed in, it kind of takes a little while to figure out where you're headed, what's important to you, where your moral compass points, where that true north is. And so, they're getting folks when they're young and impressionable. And I would imagine we're going to start coming across more and more instances of this, of people bailing on ISIS and having stories to tell. And I think that will be very, very interesting. I also think the news is very interesting, and we should finish it up. We should talk about that Syrian teacher that got recruited to all-female ISIS. The fact that we can't say Redskins. And get to one of the most hilarious pieces of audio I've heard Funkhouser ever bring in.
Did you hear about
I don't know
this?
if you saw South Park.